And hello there, and welcome to Dental Nachos and for Talking Tech Tips with Terry, Tuesday at 2. And you'll see we've got a special guest joining us today. His name is Bob Pick, and he's joined us from offices up there in Chicago. Bob, good to have you with us today, sir.
Oh my God, Terry, I am honored to be here. And oh my God, sir, that's for guys, older guys with gray hair and reading glasses.
Yep, exactly. We're having some fun here with this. There we go, with the fun there. Yeah, but this is really good. I know you have brought a lot of value to so many people here in Dental Nachos Nation with your ideas and the way you push technology out there. And you just got to get a little more enthusiasm about you. That's the only thing. But I think like you and me, you said, you and me, with the enthusiasm we have, we could light up New York City. And I think we'll be able to do that a lot. So how has 2021 been for you?
You know, it's a great question. And if you told me, probably yourself, Paul Dr. Nacho, anybody, Mowdy, that 2 years ago we would be living through a pandemic, I think we both would have, we would have said you're cuckoo.
Mm-hmm.
And but 20 things just went through my head all at the same time, no surprise. But during the quarantine, I like helping others. I never want anybody to make the mistakes I may want them all to get there faster with Jeff the Afterburners on. But I discovered an unbelievable quote from some dude by the name of Einstein.
Oh, I've heard of him somewhere.
In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity.
Yes.
Boom. I smacked that quote. I abused it, used it often, still talk about it. And despite the quarantine, despite everything else, when that happens, you must think out of the box.
Outside the box. I love it.
And I've been talking about it for a long time, but I'm on a mission now. And I've been blessed with ADD, ADHD, ADHD since I'm a little kid. But someone made a bet with me about finishing my book. Now I'm rolling. It's called Purple Cow Wow, Unprecedented Practice Action for Unprecedented Times. And despite 2021, the quarantine, and again, I'm not perfect, I'm human, I hope this doesn't come out wrong. Both my practice and my coaching firm did better in 2021 than 2020. We came back on fire by doing things that nobody else did.
Wonderful.
And you got to take advantage of technology. And if it wasn't for technology, I don't have to talk about it to you, I would have not jumped ahead of the curve. And I'm finishing up my book. I added a chapter, and it's called Don't Forget. And then the chapter is Awesome Verbal Skills and Thinking Out of the Box will get you anywhere you need to go, anytime, any place. And without boring you, what happened is when the quarantine hit, I'm a specialist, as most of you know. I'm a periodontist, implant specialist, and I also did my master's in oral path. But we were there for emergencies. But I said to my team, of which, by the way, every 5 days with my team, we met on Zoom. We have a group text It's my latest article that'll be coming out in Dentistry Today. But we met every 5 days. And on the first day after we all got quarantined, I said to my team, nobody's going anywhere. Nobody has to worry. And I never thought my emergency account would ever come into play. I figured I retired, it would be, something fun. And by doing that, we never lost a team member. I hear team members get stolen and stuff. You take care of your team, you do things out of the box, nobody goes anywhere. But during that first meeting, I said, we got to do something nobody else is doing. Or with my Chicago accent, we got to do something no one else is doing.
No one else to do it. I've heard that accent before. Yes, indeed.
I said, we have a grocery store here called Jewel. Everybody from Chicago calls it Jewels. We're going to the Jewels. Drives me crazy.
I've
But
heard that before when I get up there.
I said, I love video. And I want you to pay attention to this, people. Video engages 1,200 times greater than text. 1,200 times.
That's serious.
Imagine if you could take your monthly salary or paycheck and multiply it by 1,200. Okay. 1,200. And so what I started doing, we made a list. I then got together with my office manager and a position that I feel every dentist's office has to have, everybody. It's called a PRC/SMC, Public Relations Coordinator, Social Media Coordinator, and Coordinator. I'm from New York. And we decided to send a video about every 10 days to all of the dentists we work with. We also sent some videos to dentists that had sort of fallen off the curve and referring, my fault, relationship is huge. I started sending the video. I made a list. I put it somewhere to show it to you. I made a list. It's very funny, and you can see a million things crossed off,
A whole
lines,
bunch of them there, yeah.
different dots, and these were all numbers of videos sent. It's a 6-page thing, 67 things on here. And the video would go like this. Hi, Jim, Bob, hi, Dr. Patel, Dinesh, Bob Pick. And I always do something funny like that. It's hard to believe we're living through this. It's unbelievable. I just want to let you know my team and I are here for you. One, I sometimes can get information, being an ADA spokesperson. The second I get it, I'm going to pass it on. Two, we're here for emergencies, questions, problems. This is my cell, as you know. I don't care if it's 2 a.m, something is wrong. Please let me know. And I then stop that video. I send it on my personal cell. We did that every 10 days during the quarantine, a different video, different topic.
Nice.
Our emergency referrals exploded. I picked up 7 general dentists I have never had before. Others shared it with those people. When we came back June 1, it was cuckoo in an awesome way.
Bob, I like what you're doing there, and I think this is the thing for those of you that are watching this. Listen to what Bob has done. He's taken the technology of video, which is huge, 1,200 times greater than just text, but he humanizes that. That's the real benefit, Bob. You come on, and yes, you know this stuff. You use the technology. You and I are a couple of nerds. We love this stuff. But you put the human element in there, and that's why people want to deal with you. We all need help. During the last 2 years, it's been wacky crazy. You and I have about the same age, and we've never seen any of this in our life. And as we look back over time, I can't think of a time in history when it was this crazy. And you have done that. What tools are you using with your video that are helping? So if we can get really nitty gritty, the specific tools you're using for your video.
I should have brought a screwdriver with me.
Yeah, screwdriver, those are good. That's the extent of my dental knowledge. That's why we didn't study a whole lot of dentistry when I went to business school. So, screwdriver is about it, but I'm going to let you and Paul Goodman and others that know a lot more about that. But what about the tools you use for video?
Yeah, tools are huge. And boy, 20 things again went through my head. One is you're all watching me, you can see green behind me. It's a green screen. It is like a $200 investment for a good one, absolutely worth buying. because I can do a virtual background. And as an example, if I wanted to, I keep a lab coat here, scrubs. I could put on scrubs, a lab coat. We took a picture as if I was sitting at my desk without me there. I can come on and send a video making it look like I'm in the office. And so we use Zoom. Two, we use virtual backgrounds for many things. Virtual backgrounds are huge. And as a side thing, by the way, I talked about that video and I'm going to show you a couple things in a second. I don't care if you're a specialist. I don't care if you're a general dentist. I don't care if you own a landscaping firm. The video is huge. Sending constant things to your team is huge. So one, Zoom technology. Two, virtual background. Three, a high definition webcam is huge.
Yes. Which one are you using?
Right now I'm using the Logitech C930, but
Nice.
I'm just about to update everything. If I can find it fast enough, I can't. If I can find it before I update it to a new Logitech. Can't
you
think
get
of
the
the
Brio?
number. Pardon?
Did you get the Logitech Brio?
Yes, bingo.
There we
And
go.
also-
I'm using one of those right now. How's my video coming through?
And also an AverMedia as a second camera.
Oh, yeah.
Which will move to the side. And so high
That's nice when you
definition
can put a
webcam.
little camera over there on the side, something like that, and then come over and say, okay, there we go. That works out really well. And make it
Yeah.
happen that way very nicely.
And I'm using a light, a ring light. If I need to, I also have two side lights. I'm sitting here at home. I have the same studio effects in my office. And boy, peeps, a high definition webcam is huge. When you see the difference between high def and an integrated camera, it's day and night.
Oh, yeah.
I also use everyday technology. Cell phone technology using a group text is huge. Two, FaceTime, and a older population, sometimes if you need to talk to them, doesn't know what Zoom is, even though they should, that sort of stuff. And I'm also using a Yeti microphone and with a filter, and the microphones are
Yep.
huge.
Those
You
Yeti
got-
microphones are nice, aren't they? Got one right here.
Yes. and
Even our
it makes-
microphones are alike.
It makes a great mind think alike, but people, it makes a difference. And
Oh, yeah.
for Nathan Ho, I did some things for a year, and about midway, I changed microphones. About 6 people said, "Oh my God, you sound 5,000 times better. What did you do?" And not enough hours in the day, but I should have had it sooner. So those are, for the most part, the things that I do. And if we have a second, with your permission, I want to do a screen share to show something which is the most powerful thing you can do for a $90 investment for a phone stabilizer using your phone, 10 minutes of time. It'll be your biggest return on investment.
You might do
Yeah.
that, although we're using technology right now. We're just special using this with Ecamm, sending it out to Restream, and I'm not sure about how we're going to share a screen on that. So
I
it's
think,
one of those
hang on.
things. We can try,
think-
but I'm always open to trying something.
I think I got it right here, maybe. Share system audio. Can you see my screen?
No, we cannot. Let me see. Wait a minute. I'm seeing something here. Just a moment. I think we're going to be able to do that. We're learning as we go, and there we are. Bob, can you see that on the screen now? We're seeing a background. Looks like several icons there with a blue background.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I can't see that, but you can see it, right?
Yes, we can. I can see that right now.
All right. I want to show you something. This is called the Triple P VC, Pick Post Procedural Video Check. I published on this, in case you want to get info on it, in 2018 in Dental Economics. It is your biggest return on investment. You have to buy a phone stabilizer, $90, and right after your morning huddle, You look at who you worked on yesterday. You hopefully should have a call sheet. We call all our patients the night of a procedure. I don't care if the procedure is seeding veneers. You got a tooth. You did something. Right after morning huddle, we grab that sheet. I grab two of my assistants. Takes about 50 seconds. You always want to stay under a minute. Some carriers don't allow video greater than a minute. And let me show you exactly what you say. I'm going to show you this video.
Yeah, exactly. Please do. See, this is an example. Those of you watching, think about this. We're using the technology to help people. It's humanizing it. This is not just technology. Yeah, that's cool. But what Bob is doing is he helps that person just had a procedure, traumatic, very emotional. This is what it is.
Can you see the video?
We're seeing it's real slow right now, but we get the idea of the video coming through.
Let
Right
me,
now, it seems like it's frozen up a
wait
little bit there.
second. Give me 1 second here. I don't know why it's not letting me. All right, here we go.
Michelle, it's Dr. Bob Pick, and I'm here with part of my surgical assisting team. Go, Sean. Social distancing.
And
We call this
a
a post-surgical video check. Never fun to sit where you're sitting, but everything went so surgically smooth for me. I am glad everything was done. A little bit of tenderness for a day or so can be normal. Also glad Dr. Pisto is a dentist. One of the things I think that bound us a long time ago was ethics and always wanting to do what's right for the patient. I also so very much appreciate your compliment yesterday. It means a lot to my team and I. Because I don't like sitting where you're sitting. And so any problems, day or night, 630-898-5575. We're not here, have me paged. This is my cell, 773-230-5211. Please feel free to text back. Let me know you're doing okay. And from Gosha.
Excellent. Bob, that is amazing.
bye.
There we go. I love that. Even though the sound was a little bit off on that, what you're doing there, really, really important. I think that what you did there and the way you're showing that and the way you're connecting with them, I think is incredibly wonderful. And that we now get a chance to see that, get a chance to see what it is and be able to see the humanness of it right there. And those of you watching this, think about what Bob's doing. He's taking something that's not really that difficult. You can do this as well in your own practice or whatever you're doing. You can take these tools, get to know them, and now's a good time of the year to do it because now you maybe have a little bit extra time. Get in there and start looking at it. Bob, what would you say to the person who might be a dentist say, "Oh, I don't get into that technology. I don't like that video. I'm kind of scared of it."
Before I answer that, because with this, I can't see you. You could see the video, okay, right?
Yes, we can see the video. It was a little bit jerky, but we get the point of it, and the message is really profound.
Yes. And I'm going to answer this two ways. 60% of people text back. We purposely send this at about 11:30 a.m. because those that are at work will show it to everybody. On this video that I showed you, this patient said a video response back. Watch this.
Amazing. Let's share screen again.
That was the sweetest and kindest and
We're hearing that. We're not seeing it right now.
We all loved it. This is my husband, Rusty.
My wife cannot stop talking about you and your team. Thank you so very much for taking care of her.
Incredible. I'm doing well, and I thank you all very, very much. I'm blown away. Thank you so much.
Your message was awesome.
Bob, we didn't see that, but we did hear it, and we get the idea, and the emotion is coming through. We know what you're doing. You're touching those people in a profound way. Yeah, we're not seeing it on the screen right now. We're not sharing screen. So
you can't see it?
Yeah, we cannot see. We're seeing you and me right now side by side.
Okay, but you, let me,
Well, we were able to hear
there we
that.
go. Somehow quit the screen share, but you heard it, right?
Yes, we heard that. I think that's the real point of this. We're taking that is obviously any major work with dentistry is going to be emotional. It's going to be something that impacts the patient. They're going to be thinking about it. And when the doctor comes and says, "Hey, we're with you. We know you just went through this exam, you went through this operation, but we want to check to make sure you're doing well. And you use video. That's the next best thing to you actually going out there, jumping out of your car, walking in the house and saying, hi, I want to make sure you're okay. And with video, it's safer, it's faster, and you can do more of it.
Yes, you heard that patient's response.
Yes.
I copied a picture of something on TV, and this was on the news. This is unbelievable. Other than going to the dentist, what's your least favorite thing to have to go through?
Wow.
Unbelievable. On the national news. Now, when you get a patient video response like that, where the patient goes incredible, the husband goes, she can't stop talking about you. And we put an implant in on her the day before. And nobody likes to have an implant. And to answer your question, if anybody challenges technology, you gotta be using it today. It's your golden arm. It's a platinum arm. It's a former jet jockey. It's your afterburners on, man. You're moving. It
Yep.
puts you back in that seat where you can't move. You gotta do it. You can hear and feel. You can feel my passion.
Yep.
It's super. It's a purple cow. Wow.
A purple cow, wow, I like it. The purple cow being something that is unusual, that really stands out, as Seth Godin told us about in his book. But Bob, I like the way you're doing that. You're really leading the industry in many ways, showing what to do, how to use some of this technology, and to humanize the virtual. We're able to do that. And for those of you watching this, I want you to think about that, how you could do something like that, how you could take that experience that can be kind of traumatic for patients and make them know, let them know, hey, we're here for you. I'm here for you. My staff is here for you, just like Bob is doing it, and being able to help them out in some profound ways. Bob, what other technologies are you using, like maybe some apps or anything else at the office or personally that you have found to be particularly beneficial?
You know, it's a great question. As you asked it, I'm looking on my phone. I'm like, God, what? There is an app that we put out of business. It was called Wunderlist. We started using it maybe 7 years ago. It was a thing to create like a group thing, but digital stuff knocked it out of the box. And I'm looking on my phone right now, you know, and outside of Zoom, Facebook, Instagram, Bitmoji, which is fun. The apps are amazing. And again, if you don't use technology right today, you're missing the boat all the way around. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's a whole other discussion. But
Yep.
I'm currently running a mastermind for dentists. And one of the things that's going to come up in both groups in the next session is social media. And if you're not using social media correctly, you are missing the boat in the most amazing way you can be missing the boat. You got to use it. I get patients from social media. I don't care if you're a specialist, generalist. I don't care what you do. Social media done right, you blow your competition away in a wow way.
Yep, exactly. What platforms are some of your favorites, or maybe I should say where you're getting the best results for your practice? Which platforms do you find, if I could only have one, two, or three, if you could list them in order, what would be the number one that you're using right now?
Yes. First off, again, without boring everybody, twice a year, you should be doing a PBR, a PIC Business Team Building Retreat. You'll go away from the office. Starts out as a one-day thing, about 4 days later, so it can be 4 years later, become 2-day biannual retreat where you function as a Fortune 500 dental business and a Fortune 100 company to work for. You figure things out. I personally feel that Facebook and Instagram are your two biggest platforms.
So Facebook and Instagram, those two, and
Yeah.
why those two?
Yes, great question. And we used to also put stuff on Twitter. We pretty much stopped Twitter. An older population is going to be more apt to be on Facebook. A younger population, millennials, is more apt to be on Instagram. So you have to determine where your patient population is. But in my humble opinion, you need to have both Facebook, Instagram. They both have advantages and disadvantages. And again, you got to have that PRC, SMC. SMC stands for Social Media Coordinator. I don't know about you. I don't have time during the day to do posts and stuff. I'm with patients. You got to have the right person doing it. And we'll put something on Facebook, and then at the same time it goes on Instagram. They both have limits, but Facebook allows you to do things that Instagram can't allow you to do, and vice versa. As an example, here's another huge one. During the quarantine, I made one of my hygienists, Vanessa, our ICC, Infection Control Coordinator. Every week, we came out live on Facebook talking about what we're doing. We had a patient, very analytical, PhD in physics, he works at Fermi. He was outside, and he says, probably April, and he said he had 2-3 neighbors with him. Oh my God, I gotta go in. Pick's gonna be talking about their infection control. Who's Pick? Come on in. We got 2 of those neighbors as patients. And then power of live during this last fall. On my office Facebook page, our lead hygienist, Vanessa again, did a 6-part series on the mouth-body connection, the oral systemic link. Each one was about 20 minutes to 30 minutes on, active gum disease we now know is responsible for a good chance of getting Alzheimer's. We know that if you don't have gum disease, you have a better chance of your diabetes, better sugar numbers. Those videos get attraction. That's how you get new patients. It's unbelievable. If you're not doing social media today, please do it.
Yep.
And if you don't know how to do it, delegate it. And good CEOs delegate to the right people. You don't call up Tesla and, hey, Elon Musk, how can I help you? And Elon Musk
Not
is
everybody
not
gets that.
Yeah, and one of my biggest pet peeves on old-fashioned technology, I personally feel every office should have an answering service, so a live person answers at night. But if you got an answering machine and you're the dentist, please don't have your voice out there. Because one, I've had team members go, God, when I was interviewing for stuff, I'd call at night on purpose, and if the dentist was on there, it just sounds controlling. And what CEO of a company is on? Have somebody with an awesome voice that knows what they're doing. It's an expressive and on there. So delegate to the right people.
You've got a world of information, a wealth of information here. We really appreciate that. And I know there's ways that people can tap into that genius of yours and do that. If somebody says, hey, I want to get to know this guy, he's got a lot of good ideas, how can they best get in touch with you?
Well, I missed one word. Say that again.
How can someone get in touch with you? What's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, sorry about that. And that's my wonderful hearing handicap. I joke. I have a hearing aid the size of West Texas. And,
That's okay. West Texas is pretty nice.
But I'm here to tell you about it. That's a whole other story because this came from experimental chemo and radiation. I'm not supposed to be here. And so 2 things. Remember, in every difficulty lies opportunity. When I was given less than 6 months to live in August of '98, I realized I knew nothing about business and got my act together. Best way to get a hold of me, my email, DRPICK.
As in Dr. Pick, DRPICK.
Yep, Dr. Pick at thepickgroup.com.
Thepickgroup.com.
Yes, and or if you're interested in the mastermind, something like that, please text me at 773-230-5211.
Excellent. Say that number again, real slowly. Somebody might be rushing to grab a pen and paper to write that down. That number again is
773-230-5211.
Sound like a radio guy.
People, that's my radio voice. And please, if you do me a favor, I don't care if you're in the bathroom, I don't care what you're doing, at 1 o'clock Eastern every Tuesday, you need to be watching Tech Tips with Terry. You need to follow him. His stuff is spot on, and I've learned things by watching his stuff going, God, why didn't I think of that? Please watch this, period.
Well, thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. That's right. It's 1 o'clock Central Time or 2 o'clock, conveniently selected, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And the reason? Talking Tech Tips with Terry, Tuesday at too. And so that way we can remember it and do well. But Bob, we appreciate your support on that. And you just make such a huge contribution to the world and to those of us that are lucky enough to know you. You help in many ways. You're not only a damn good dentist, but also a marvelous, wonderful human being. We appreciate you, sir.
Ditto.
And I'm glad to have you with us today. And for those of you watching this, get in touch with this man. He's got a wealth of information. He's doing all kinds of things with that Purple Cow Wow. You can benefit from this in your practice. You can learn a lot from what he's doing to help you in many different ways. So we here at Dental Nachos are all about helping you, doing what we can. Dr. Paul Goodman, our mutual friend, my client and your friend and colleague there, he is a person that really demonstrates how to live life as a dentisting human, as he says, and how to do it as a person who cares for others and does it. And at this time of the year, I think particularly we need to just kind of pause and step back and be reflective of what happened this year, what was good, what we need to improve for next year, and how we can thank the people who have meant a lot to us. And Bob, I just appreciate you getting a chance to know you even more this year. Thanks for being on today, and we'll look forward to seeing you again sometime. And for those of you that are joining us here, stay tuned. We want to hear from you, and please leave comments below. We always love hearing from you. We always love getting a chance to find out the kinds of things that you're doing and what we can do to help you out. I'm Terry Brock on behalf of the entire Dental Nachos team. Thanks for joining us, and we wish you the very best of holiday season.